If you're over 70 years old, or you love someone who is, let me start by saying something important. Reaching this age alone is already an achievement. But what really sets some people apart isn't just how long they live, it's how well they live. And the truth is, only a very small percentage of people make it into their 70s with their independence, strength, and clarity still intact. That's why today we're talking about 5 things that, if you can still do them at 70 or older, place you firmly in the top 4% of aging adults. This isn't about comparison, ego, or proving anything to anyone. It's about awareness. It's about recognizing what truly matters as we grow older, and understanding what signals exceptional aging. Not perfect aging, not pain-free aging, but aging with dignity, capability, and control over your own life. The first thing, and the most foundational of all, is independence in daily living. This one matters more than almost anything else because it quietly determines how much freedom you still have in your everyday life. Independence doesn't mean doing everything alone or refusing help. It means you can still take care of yourself in meaningful ways. You can get up in the morning, manage your personal hygiene, prepare simple meals, handle basic errands, and make decisions about your own routine without feeling helpless or overwhelmed. Many people don't realize how rare this becomes after 70. A lot of individuals slowly lose this ability not all at once, but piece by piece. First it's needing help with heavy tasks. Then it's help with shopping. Then cooking becomes tiring. Then remembering appointments gets harder. Over time, the loss of independence creeps in so gradually that people barely notice, until one day they realize they can no longer fully manage their own life. If you're over 70 and you can still organize your day, take responsibility for your own needs, and move through life without constant supervision, that alone puts you ahead of the majority. Independence protects your self-worth. It keeps your mind engaged. It gives you a reason to wake up with purpose. And most importantly, it preserves your identity. You're not just being cared for, you're still living. This kind of independence doesn't come from luck. It comes from years of small choices. Staying mentally involved. Moving your body even when it's uncomfortable. Asking for help when needed but not surrendering control. People who age exceptionally well understand that independence is something you protect, not something you assume will always be there. Closely connected to independence is the second ability, steady, confident walking. This may sound simple, but it's not. Walking well after 70 is one of the strongest indicators of overall health. It reflects your muscle strength, joint mobility, balance, coordination, cardiovascular health, and even brain function, all working together. When walking becomes hesitant or fearful, life begins to shrink. People stop going out as often. They avoid uneven ground. They sit more. They move less. And once movement decreases, everything else follows. Weakness, stiffness, isolation, and eventually dependence. But if you're still able to walk at a comfortable pace, without constantly worrying about falling, without needing to cling to walls or furniture, that's a powerful sign. It means your body is still communicating effectively with itself. Your legs are strong enough to support you. Your nervous system is still responsive. Your confidence hasn't been replaced by fear. Confident walking isn't about speed. It's about stability and ease. It's about being able to go where you want without calculating every step. It allows you to stay socially connected, to enjoy nature, to run errands, and to maintain independence without constantly asking for assistance. People who remain good walkers into their 70s often share one thing in common. They never stopped moving. They didn't wait for motivation. They didn't stop just because things got uncomfortable. They kept walking, stretching, standing, and using their bodies, even when it felt slower than before. And here's something many people don't hear enough. Walking isn't just exercise at this age. It's maintenance. It's communication between your brain and your body. Every step reinforces coordination, balance, and confidence. The moment walking becomes something you avoid, decline accelerates. The third ability builds naturally on walking, and that's balance and body awareness. Balance isn't just about not falling. It's about knowing where your body is in space. It's about reacting quickly when something unexpected happens. A slippery floor, a curb, a sudden turn. As people age, Balance is often the first system to quietly weaken. Reflexes slow. Muscles respond a fraction of a second later. And that small delay can be the difference between staying upright and falling. That's why falls are such a major turning point in older age. One fall can change everything, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. If you're over 70 and you still have good balance, that's extraordinary. It means your muscles are still communicating effectively with your brain. It means your posture is relatively stable. It means you can shift your weight, turn, reach, and adjust without panic. Good balance gives you confidence to keep living fully. It allows you to move without constant caution. It keeps fear from taking over your daily decisions. And fear, more than aging itself, is what causes people to retreat from life. Balance is also deeply connected to mental focus. When your mind is engaged and alert, your body responds more accurately. That's why people who stay curious, attentive, and mentally present often maintain better physical balance as well. The beautiful thing about balance is that it can be trained at any age. Simple movements, standing exercises, slow controlled motions, these all tell the nervous system to stay sharp. People in the top 4% don't assume it's too late. They work with what they have, consistently. And here's the deeper truth tying these first three abilities together. Independence, walking, and balance all support each other. Lose one and the others are threatened. Maintain them and you protect your freedom, your confidence, and your sense of self. Exceptional aging doesn't mean never struggling. It means adapting without giving up. It means staying involved in your own life. It means respecting your limits without letting them define you. And as we move forward, the next abilities go even deeper, into strength, flexibility, and the inner resilience that truly separates those who merely age from those who age well. As important as independence, walking, and balance are, they're still only part of the picture. They form the outer structure of healthy aging, what people can see from the outside. But the next abilities go deeper. They reveal how well your body adapts, and how strong your inner world still is. These are the qualities that quietly determine whether aging feels like a slow narrowing, or a phase of life that still holds meaning, dignity, and quiet strength. The fourth ability is functional strength and flexibility. Not the kind of strength measured in a gym, and not flexibility meant to impress anyone. This is practical strength. The kind that lets you live your life without fear of simple movements. Being able to stand up from a chair without using your hands. Being able to bend down and pick something up. Being able to reach overhead, turn your torso, get in and out of bed, or rise from the floor if needed. After 70, these movements are no longer automatic for most people. Muscle mass naturally declines. Joints stiffen. Connective tissue loses elasticity. And when strength and flexibility fade together, people begin to move less. Not because they want to, but because movement starts to feel risky. If you still have enough strength to trust your body, that's a rare and valuable thing. It means you're not constantly negotiating with fear every time you move. You're not calculating whether you'll be able to get back up. You're not avoiding daily activities simply because they feel physically intimidating. Functional strength is what allows independence to continue. Without it, even someone with a sharp mind and good intentions becomes limited. And flexibility is what allows strength to be used safely. A strong but stiff body breaks more easily. A flexible but weak body lacks stability. The balance between the two is what keeps people mobile and resilient. People who age exceptionally well don't chase intensity. They chase consistency. They understand that gentle, regular movement done over years is far more powerful than bursts of effort followed by long periods of inactivity. Stretching in the morning. Standing up often instead of sitting too long. Using the body as it was meant to be used, daily, intentionally, with respect. And there's something else here that's often overlooked. Strength and flexibility don't just protect the body. They protect confidence. When you trust your body, you trust yourself. You're more willing to try. More willing to stay involved. More willing to say yes to life instead of retreating into caution. That confidence feeds directly into the fifth and final ability, cognitive sharpness and emotional resilience. This is the deepest layer of exceptional aging, and in many ways, the most important. Cognitive sharpness doesn't mean having a perfect memory or never forgetting names. It means you can still follow conversations, make decisions, learn new things, and adapt when life changes. It means your mind remains engaged with the world, rather than slowly disconnecting from it. Emotional resilience is just as critical. Aging brings loss. Friends pass away. Bodies change. Roles shift. And people who struggle most in older age are often not those with the worst physical health, but those who lose their emotional flexibility. They dwell on what they can no longer do. They replay regrets. They withdraw. If you're over 70 and you can still recover emotionally after disappointment, stress, or sadness, you are doing remarkably well. Emotional resilience means you feel things fully, but you don't get stuck in them. You adapt. You adjust expectations. You find new sources of meaning even when old ones fade. This mental and emotional strength is what allows people to keep going, not just existing, but living. It's what helps them maintain relationships, curiosity, humor, and perspective. It's what keeps bitterness from replacing wisdom. What's powerful is that cognitive sharpness and emotional resilience reinforce everything else we've talked about. A clear mind supports balance. Emotional stability supports confidence in movement. Curiosity encourages activity. Optimism encourages effort. People in the top 4% of aging don't deny reality. They accept it, then work with it. They don't compare themselves to their younger selves. They compare themselves to yesterday. And if today is a little better than yesterday, or even just not worse, that's enough. They understand that aging well is not about fighting time. It's about cooperating with it. Adjusting, not surrendering. Letting go of what's gone without letting go of themselves. And here's the most important takeaway of all. These 5 abilities aren't separate goals. They're signals. Signals that a person has stayed engaged with life, physically, mentally, and emotionally, even as time has moved forward. If you can still care for yourself, walk with confidence, maintain balance, move with strength and flexibility, and face life with a steady mind and resilient heart at 70 or beyond, you are not average. You are exceptional. You are living proof that aging does not have to mean decline in every sense that matters. And if you can't do all of these yet, or any more, this isn't a judgment. It's an invitation. An invitation to focus on what's still possible. To strengthen what remains. To protect what matters most. Aging well isn't about perfection. It's about participation. Staying involved in your own life. Making small, consistent choices that support your independence, dignity, and peace. And that's what truly puts someone in the top 4%. Not luck, not genetics alone, but a quiet commitment to keep showing up for life, one day at a time.